Hi everyone, Charlie here. I just want to start my video like I start all my videos by stating that in no way do I think I'm a professional, and everything that I tell you guys is just out of personal experience or just basically would help for me. Today's episode is about the methadone program and Suboxone. Where do I begin with this? There's a lot of people on the fence about the program. Some people are for it, some people are against it. It all depends on your outlook. This video is going to be for people who are thinking about going on the program, or for family members that have, someone in your care. Maybe you have a son or daughter that's under the age of 18 that's using opiates and you don't know what to do. This is going to be kind of like a little intel on the program itself. Now, again, I'm not a professional or anything, so this video just is from personal experience. Okay, so number one, the methadone program is a good program. Suboxone too, they're both basically the same thing. Very good program if you do the program right. Now, when I say that, I mean you go in, you see a doctor, a nurse practitioner, depending on where you are, what province, whatever. You speak to them, you tell them, number one, be completely honest with them. They're not there to judge you. They do want to help. And just for a second here, I do want to just talk about the clinic that I went to, since I went on and off the program, but since I was actually on the program, it's called Fresh Start Clinic. If you're in the Niagara region, I'll put all the addresses and the phone numbers in the description below, but it's called Fresh Start Clinic. There's one in St. Catharines, Ontario. There's one in Welland, Ontario. They just reopened, and there's one in Niagara Falls, Ontario. Now, with these numbers that are in the description below, you call any one of them. If you get a hold of anyone at any one of those locations, it's going to be the same people. Kim or Carol would be the ones answering the phone. Carol's like the main person, the main go-to. She has all the information that you would need. But say you're in Welland and you are calling Niagara Falls one and they answer because they're there certain days of the week, she can still set you up to go to the one in Welland on a certain day. Or if you're desperate and you need to go on the program then, you can go and see them then, and then they'll set it up with there. Now there's one doctor that deals with everybody. There used to be two doctors, and I'm going to mention his name because he was my doctor for years, Dr. Patel. Rest in peace. He was a very good man, a very good doctor. He enjoyed what he did, and it was sad that he just so suddenly passed away. Broke a lot of people's hearts. It was hard on me. His partner in crime, as you would say, is Dr. Gill, which was the other doctor, and amazing. I was worried at first because, Dr. Gill is by the book. Okay, if you're coming on the program, you're coming on the program to get clean. You're not coming on the program to mess around or yell at Carol or Kim or yell at Dr. Gill or be rude or tell them what's going on. He tells you what you're going to do. He works with you though. Like he's not, this, that, blah, blah, blah. He works with you, but you can't go in there and demand things because it's just not going to happen. That's not his practice. He'll kick you out until you go somewhere else. He's there to help people. Now, in saying this, I was worried when I had Dr. Patel because Dr. Gill was apparently a hard ass and this and that. And I'm like, oh, this guy's going to be, a lot of people said he was a dick and blah, blah, blah. Not at all. Most amazing doctor. I know why him and Dr. Patel were best friends now because they're one and alike. Like they're both the same person. They just deal with the program differently. Getting a little sidetracked here, but I just want to say Dr. Gill is an amazing doctor. If you're in the Niagara region, even Fort Erie, anything, and you can travel, I would highly recommend Fresh Start Clinic. They work with you. Say you go into prison and you come out, you're one of those guys that were in and out. I was for a while there. Other clinics, say you get out and you're on the methadone and you get out on a Sunday and everything's closed. There's no doctor. Any other clinic would be like, come tomorrow, come Monday and we'll get you see that. No. At Fresh Start Clinic, Carol will personally call Dr. Gill or Kim and say, Charles just got out of jail. He needs his methadone. And because Dr. Gill doesn't want you to relapse, he wants you to do good on the program. He'll make sure you have that script so you can get your drink and then you see him the next day. It's by far the best clinic I ever went to. Now I got really sidetracked there. I just want to give you guys a little bit about Carol, Kim, and Dr. Gill. The methadone program itself is consisted of it's a liquid that you take. You take it with orange juice, apple juice, whatever that clinic gives you, whatever they carry there. It's mixed in. You take a daily dose. Once you get clean, you can give them clean samples. I think it's for 6 months when you're first on the program. Don't quote me on that. Sorry, I'm probably wrong. Every place does it differently, but I think it's after being clean for 6 months and you can prove it. Then every month you get a carry until you get to 7 carries or 6 carries, sorry. And then you come in once a week, you sample, you see the doctor, you get 6 carries for the rest of the week because they trust you. You get a lockbox, bring them home, keep them out of reach of children because it can kill even a full adult if they've never taken it before. Mistake it for juice. It has happened before. Sadly, years ago, I don't want to get into that, but a few people did pass away that I personally knew from doing that. So yeah, methadone, it's actually an opiate. It's in the family. The only difference between that, this is people say, you're just substituting one with another. From some senses, yes. If you're just going on the program, which for a while, what I did was I went on the program and just went way up and I got wrecked off it. And I wasn't doing the program properly. You don't do that. You go on it. You should be on it for 3, 6, 8 months, a year. It doesn't matter as long as you don't go really high up and stay at a high dose, unless you know you're going to use and you stay on it for 4 or 5 years. It is better than going in and trying to get heroin or Oxycontin, morphine, patches, all that stuff. You don't want to be anywhere near that. So the program, it's controlled. You go to your dose and then you work your way down. So if you're at 30 milligrams, you go to 29 one week, 28 the next week. I didn't feel so good. So you wait a couple weeks, then go to 27. And then, no, I feel really good. Go down to 24. It's controlled, so you can actually wean yourself off. Once you get to 1, it's not the greatest thrill coming from 1 milligram to 0, because you're still going to feel that no matter what. And it'll be a rough couple weeks, but once you're done, you're done. Then you never have to look back unless you have the addiction problem. But if you have that problem still, then you should probably still be on the program. So in that case, methadone is good for that. I argue both sides, for years. I personally think you shouldn't be on the program for very long, but if you're clean and you're getting your carries and you're working, you got a family, kudos to you. This is the best way to go. If you're a kid, 15, 16 years old, that was the first time I went on the program. It was the most amazing thing in the world. It was you start turning back to yourself again. You get yourself away from the people, place, and things. That's one thing that is their motto at Fresh Start Clinic. They tell you people, place, and things. Sounds like, that's in school when you got taught nouns. Same thing for drugs. People, place, things. Separate yourself from there. Methadone program will work great. Now, Suboxone, pretty much the same thing. It does the exact same thing for you, except don't quote me on this either. I think Dr. Gill was the one that told me this, that Suboxone is more for people that are alcoholics. That drink a lot, because on methadone you can't drink booze. You can actually end up killing yourself. You kill yourself doing anything anyway, but you're on high risk for overdosing or for getting alcohol poisoning because your blood thins right out with methadone. Again, don't quote me on this. If you're interested in this, even if you're not use drugs or anything and you have any questions, again, the numbers and addresses will be in the description below. And Carol, Kim, or Dr. Gill himself can answer any questions that you have. And another thing too is if you're from Cape Breton, from anywhere, you do not have to call, or you feel free to call them, because they will still go out of their way to answer questions for you, even if it's not benefiting them by you going to their clinic and them having there, because it's not a big money maker anymore. It's hard to make money as a doctor doing the methadone program. That's why you don't see more and more opening, except with Dr. Gill, because he's dedicated and he wants to help people. But if you have any questions, you call any one of these 3 numbers. If you don't get a hold of one, then call the next until you get to one of the 3. They'll be there. There's always somebody at one of them, and they'll give you any information. And when you do call too, tell them that you see my video and that's why you're calling, or that's why you're going on the program, or anything like that. Just say that Charlie inspired you to look into it, whatever, just so they know where it's coming from. Now, back to the Suboxone, it's pretty much the same thing. If I were to recommend on either or, I would probably recommend Suboxone, even if you're not an alcoholic, just because it's a lot easier. You can actually go a couple days if you miss a day. It's not so hard. Methadone, you miss a day and you feel it. It's a shitty thing that your body's addicted to that, rather than cocaine, ecstasy, all that other stuff. Sorry, that's wrong. Opiates, so morphine, oxys, all that stuff. You need to be clean on the program to get carries. that includes uppers, downers, whatever, anything. Don't try to go in there using excuses, this and that. Your sample never lies. Be honest with Dr. Gill. Be honest with any doctor or nurse practitioner. It'll only help you. Because if you're not honest, then what's the point of even being on the program? You know what I mean? Like, why are you even going in there? But anyway, sorry for the video being, a little extensive. I kind of want to get a little bit in about the methadone program, and I'm hoping, people see this and are interested in getting help or helping someone else. Again, all the numbers are in the description below, and I really hope this helps people. All right, everybody, have a great day.